Welcome to Unleashed with the Patriot Sisters. Buckle up, girl, because we're about to spill that tea just like we did in 1773.
We light the fire under all things politics. And don't worry, social justice warriors, we'll light the fire underneath you too.
Why?
Because we're inclusive.
Prepare to be triggered.
What's up, y'all, and welcome to another episode of Unleashed with the Patriot Sisters. We are super excited to have you here and for episode three.
Number 3.
Episode 3 of the Patriot Sisters. Today we're going to be talking about Costco.
Story time.
This was highly requested on both the Patriot Sisters account as well as Unleashed.podcast on Instagram.
I got you on that. So many people wanted to know our experience of Costco because we had posted last week a short little clip on our Instagram story of us being escorted out by Costco's babysitters, or their managers,
as we like to call them,
or technically their managers being escorted out. And we had a quick 15-30 second clip that we took and posted, and now everybody wants a story. So that's what this episode is all about, story time.
Yeah, we put a poll on our stories, and a couple hundred of you
were like, give us a story.
Yes, do it. So here we go. Welcome to story time with the Patriot Sisters.
Let's see how fast we can get through this one.
First of all, our family just was really introduced to Costco probably about a year ago. We started going. We got a membership like a year ago.
But we've known it. Let me clarify, because I'm looking at you kind of weird. We've known about this like my entire life.
Yeah, but we never experienced it.
We did Sam's Club.
Yeah, we never did it for ourselves. So we hopped on the Costco train, and my parents, us, the whole family, were obsessed with it. We love it.
Go all the time because we juice, and they have great large quantity of produce and whatever.
Right. We don't need to convince you to like Costco. We all know.
Love Costco.
We all know you already like it. So we walk into Costco. It was a Sunday afternoon around 4 o'clock probably. We walk in. There's a mask kiosk, person
handing out masks.
So we know that Costco had changed their policy to, first of all, in the beginning they let anybody in, and then they had the mask thing, and then it was if you have a medical exemption,
you're fine. And then they just changed it not too long ago to say even if you have a medical issue, they're not going to care. You still have to put a mask on, or you can use a face shield.
So we knew this going in,
because that does
nothing. Anyways,
who's coming up with this stuff?
Some corporate person who never
a 5-year-old. That's what I'm thinking of.
I feel like a 5-year-old would have better.
Maybe 4. Let's go with 3 and 4-year-old.
Okay.
4-year-old. So we walk in the mask kiosk. They hand us the masks, and
we knew going in that we knew the new policy. We were going to take the mask, walk away, and just not put it on. That was our game plan.
And it's worked.
It's worked. I mean, yeah. So they hand us a little baggie and a mask. And we walk in and we act like we're fumbling with it, trying to put it on. And the lady goes, "You have to put on your mask."
And we reply with, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much." We try to, what do I call it?
Go lib on them.
Lib it out?
Yeah, lib it out.
So short lib for liberal. It out. You have to be super kind and I care. Touchy-feely, all this and that. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm just putting my phone away in my purse, blah, 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 blah. I'm putting it on right now. Thank you so much for giving me the mask. You got to be super kind about it, okay?
Right, and so...
Not snarky.
But did you even take a mask? I feel like you just left us and beelined it. You let us. So the lady goes, "You have to put it on." I say, "Okay, I am. I'm working on it." She goes, "You have to do it now." I said, "Okay, thank you." And I kept walking.
As you were fake putting it on.
Yeah, I took it out of the bag. I went around the corner, past the electronics, and never put it on. So then we just start going. So we walk in, we're doing that. We're shopping for probably around 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah,
somewhere around there.
We make it all the way to the back of the store with the produce section.
And mind you,
the big walk-in fridge.
Right, as we're walking back there, we are getting stares from customers because everybody knows about Costco's new policy. Everybody wears a mask now.
Yeah, exactly. So we make it in. We're going to the produce section, getting our 7 bags of spinach for juicing or whatever crazy amount it is. And all of a sudden, we have a manager that walks in. Ryan is his name. He walks in, and he kind of corners.
First, he comes to me.
Oh, does he come to you?
I don't wait in the produce section. It is too cold.
It's
I
cold.
wait outside. He goes, I need you to put your mask on. And I said, okay, thank you. He goes, I need you to do it or leave the store. I said, okay, thank you. And I have these moments where either I will comply or I just lose it. And this was like a complying.
Moment where you lost it.
Well, no, I kept it for like 5 minutes. And so I put it on and then like whatever, when he would turn around, I would put it over my mouth and then I would pull it back down, right? Back and forth.
And, well, did that work for you?
It did. He walked away because I knew he was coming after you guys. He kind of like circled around the blueberries and he was coming for you.
He cornered us, it was my dad, me, and my other sister, because there's 3 girls in the family. And he was cornering us in the fridge saying, you need to put the mask on right now or you can't be here. You have to go. And, I mean, he was nice about it, but he was also a little edgy. And I could feel the vibes. And I was like, I am not
like
in the mood today.
He wasn't in the mood. We weren't in the mood.
It was obvious. Nobody was in the mood to talk about it. So we were like, again, trying to live it out. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Which means being like, I don't even know.
I just feel like radical liberals are so caring. And I say caring in the terms of extreme caring where it's the point of like, no, you need to stop. Like
they're caring until they realize you're a conservative and then they like are most hateful people.
Exactly. But I mean caring in the sense of where they will accept absolutely everything under the sun, even if
they're like
you're
a bunch
of
vegans.
Even if you're a guy, don't say that because sometimes I like being vegan. But even if you're a guy that's trying to be a girl, they'll be like, yes, queen. And I'm like, no, queen, we're not doing that. That's just my personality. Anyway,
so he comes after you.
I'm living it out, okay?
Right.
And it's not working. So finally we say, okay, we'll put it on. So we take the mask out of the Ziploc bag.
Because at this point, people are like staring at you.
Us. And I'm like, y'all wish you were me, okay? Trying to be...
They're just jealous. They're just waiting to see what happens.
So we put the masks on. And as we do this, the manager, Ryan, walks to the opposite side of the fridge, okay? The walk-in fridge, which is like a square. I mean, it's not exactly the biggest thing. And he's acting like he's moving things around, shuffling this, making this organized. No. Ryan, we see you. We know you're staring at us to make sure that we put the diaper on our face. He's babysitting us.
He's babysitting. So I'm watching this, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go again.
So we walk out to meet up with you, right?
Right. And you and our other sister, I don't know where you guys go. You guys just kind of leave us. And so then I'm standing at the entrance to the produce, right? To the produce section with our dad. And my dad's kind of like, my dad in these situations, he's either like, he doesn't really like confrontation.
But he's not afraid of it either.
But when he is liking confrontation that day, he's the worst of us. And he was like on the verge. But like that day, I was like, you go, Dad. Yeah. Like, I'm with you. Mm-hmm. And then my dad's like, these don't work. They're a bunch of crap, blah, 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 doing the whole spiel.
And he always, Ryan responds with what every other employee on the face of this earth says. I'm just doing my job. Nobody likes this. Well, dimwit. Sorry. Oops, I called him a dimwit. Dimwit.
Well, maybe he was being one.
Maybe
Sorry.
He was being
Some
one.
people are being species.
You can be better. Rise above, dimwit. No, I'm kidding. So
he's
I'm
talking.
Like, would you...
Right. So I'm standing there with my dad. He starts talking to Ryan. And then Ryan starts, and I take my mask down. And he goes, you need to put your mask up. And I said, thank you, but I can protect myself. I don't need a babysitter. Ooh, and this is when okay, I start to just like, when I said that, I was like, oh, great. This is what kind of day is going to happen to me. This is my moment. And so anyways, that's happening. He goes, oh, nobody likes this. We just have to do it. Once this is over, we don't have to do it anymore. And I looked at Ryan. I said, Ryan, because I love using people's names. Like, it just makes it more personable.
It just makes it more personable. Human connection.
Right. So I looked at him and I said, Ryan, this ain't going to end anytime soon. And especially if Sleepy Joe gets in, you bet your bottom dollar this is our new reality. You want to talk about a new normal? Homeboy, this is your new normal. And he goes, well, I didn't say homeboy. Actually, I added that.
You were thinking it.
I was thinking, I just got in the mood right there. And so he basically was like, it is, this will go away. And I said, no, it's not. It's all a fake, blah, blah, blah. I walk away.
Yeah, there's so many things I could say it, but I'm going to wait to the end.
Right. So
it would make more sense with the story.
He leaves, we leave, we kind of go on our way. He goes and stands by like all the managers and like now they're all staring at us. And now I'm like, game freaking on.
Come on.
Let's do this, managers.
I could imagine. I feel like when that happened, we all collectively and individually thought the same thing of like game on. But what I was thinking, because you're like game on, fierce face, queen, you know, whatever, boss. And in my head, I'm thinking the same thing, except this will peer into our personalities a little bit. I'm thinking of the GIF or however people say it, of the penguin saying, "Come at me, bro." And it's like waddling towards the enemy.
I don't think I've seen that.
You've never seen that?
No.
Y'all, look it up. Just go to your phone, like sending a message, and just type in
Maybe
penguin,
we're added into our
or come at bro.
We're added into our YouTube if you're watching on YouTube.
It's the cutest thing. Okay, whatever. That's sidetrack. Anyway, so we're walking around, we're shopping, doing our thing.
We start walking towards like the G section,
Mm-hmm.
and then I see this girl. She's pushing a little baby, or she has him like strapped on her, whatever. She has this kid with her.
Pushing a cart.
Pushing her cart. She has no mask on. We make eye contact, and like we do the secret like, you know, head nod, like we know we're in it's another one of us. And it's
so
like
awesome.
we didn't even have to like talk,
But you knew.
but I knew.
So we see this girl. I can't think of her name, but she was so kind.
And I did mouth thank you, and she goes, she kind of like nods her head.
Nod
and I
her
was
head.
like,
Aw.
yes.
So I wasn't with you when that happened, but I was in the freezer section later, and I ended up being the same person. But I saw the girl, the mom with the kid in the stroller or the shopping cart again, and I thanked her. I said, "Listen, I just want to thank you for being a real patriot, for not wearing a mask, and for standing up for your own personal freedoms, whatever they may be." She goes, "Girl, I'm with you. This is crazy." And she just started talking about how she agrees and it's never going to go away if we don't stand up now. And it was so encouraging.
It's like when you
So
see another
encouraging.
one, it's so encouraging. So we finish up our shopping. No one
We
says
get the
anything to
stares.
us.
We get a few, like, you know, side eye, which you know, someone's looking at you. Like, I
People-
can see your eyeball.
I know, people always stare at us. So I just smile or I wave. I just make them feel uncomfortable. Like if you're going to stare at somebody for no matter what,
I'm going to smile at you.
2020 or not, and like it's awkward and I don't know you, I'm going to look at you in the eyes and like at least be like, "Hi, like can I help
Like
you?"
human,
Right?
like, hi, like, I see you.
I see you too. Do we know each other? Like, what are you trying? Yeah,
So
whatever.
the beginning of Costco is pretty much fine. Blah, 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 blah. We got our stuff. We're in line. We're almost to the checkout.
And I decide to walk away because our dad looks at us because it's under their membership is what we all use. And he goes, "Why don't you walk away? So like they don't take our membership away or whatever." So I'm like, "Oh, fine." And I went and I stood by the customer service counter, you know, where all the
That's even
managers,
better.
right? Well, at least I wasn't
And
going to
I'm-
be with him because our dad was
true.
wearing a mask. He put one on because he, like I said, he
just-
either complies fully or he is like
So
AWOL.
180.
Yeah,
But I love it.
love it.
So
I'm standing
you walk
there.
away, Christiana, and me, Isabella, and my other sister, Brie, with my dad, are standing in line.
Did you just say me as a okay?
No, you, Christiana, me, Isabella.
Oh, okay. I thought you said your name in like third person.
No,
Anyways,
no,
okay.
no, no. We're standing in line. We're about to check out, and lo and behold, guess who finds us once more? Ryan.
And I have video of this. Maybe I'll try
Do
to
you?
find it.
Ryan shows up, and he's a little more, I don't want to say passive aggressive, but like on the verge of it.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's been a long day.
It's been a long day
For Ryan.
at that point, and for us too. So he finds us again, and he's like, "You have to wear a mask, or you leave now. No other options." Of course, we're annoyed, you know. And at this point, I was just like, "What am I to do?" I felt like I hit a wall. I felt like I wanted to stand for my rights, but at the same time, I want my food. Like, don't take
We
the
love
food away
Costco.
from a girl when she's hungry. Like, I wanted my food to come home with us in the car.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I love their keto chocolate
Oh my
ice cream
gosh.
bars, and only they
Dude.
sell them.
Dude,
So
don't get me on that. That's
I can't
so
leave it
good.
up.
So I look at Ryan and I say, "I have an exemption," and he goes, "Okay, well that's fine. So you just have to put a face shield on." And I'm thinking in my head, please do not put a freaking window in front of my face, like a spit guard.
Like a spit
Okay, like I don't. That's so no, just no. So I say, "Okay, that would be perfect. Would you go get one for me then?" Because I'm not about to walk up to the front of the kiosk, mask place, Nazis, get
get one.
myself a face shield, and do the walk of shame back. Like, I'm not about to do that. So, Ryan, thank you so much for offering. I would love a face shield. Please go get me one. And I was kind of about it. So he's like, "Okay, wonderful." So he goes over, like a pretty good walk away. So he walks away, grabs the face shield. And at this point, we're checking out, we're scanning items, whatever. The cashier and the bagger guy are staring at us like very intently, and I'm just about to say like Merry Christmas, or like it was before Thanksgiving, so Happy Thanksgiving, like trying to keep the mood light and happy. I didn't. I chickened out.
We don't go out like looking for the poke the bear.
No.
But if it comes to us and somebody has a problem with how I'm living my life and using my freedoms to the fullest extent, and I know there's going to be somebody, some hater who's listening, and they're going to be like, it's private property, it's private property. And we're going to bust the bubble on private property.
Next episode.
Or maybe later in this episode.
We got to do next episode.
And it's a full one?
We need a full episode. Okay. You are going to live for this next episode. It's going to be every talking point you could ever think of.
Like private property, my butt. Minutes. Like I don't give a crap.
Yeah.
Anyways. Okay, sorry.
So that's all happening. They come back. He gives me the face mask, but right before he comes back, Christiana walks back up.
I walk up. I'm like, because here's the thing with Izzy. Because sometimes we're very opposite.
What are you going to say? I'm curious.
Go for it. You're more of not the peacemaker, but more like the calm and collective one. I'm like the bull running through like the red curtain.
No, not the red curtain. You're the bull running through the china shop is what you are. Me, on the other hand, I am the
diplomatic.
Deer. I'm the deer running through the china shop, and every once in a while, my antler will knock some china cups down. Teacups. Anyway.
So I walk over and I'm like, I ain't gonna be playing crap with Ryan.
And when she walks over, I'm thinking, crap, Chrissy's gonna like ruin this for me. I had it set up. I knew my talking points when Ryan came back. I had some questions for him because I knew he's a manager, and I was gonna be like, Ryan. I did ask him, and he came back. I said, as he handed me the face shield, I said, Ryan, now I realize your policies had changed recently. He goes, yes, they have. And I responded with, what makes them change for you to say you don't care for those with medical issues? And he looks at me, and he's just kind of like in his spot, like, well,
this wasn't on the pamphlet. This wasn't on the pamphlet they gave me.
Crap. What do I say? So he never gave me an answer. And before he could really give me a complete answer, Chrissy over here, the bull, runs through the shop and just goes for it. So Chrissy, why don't you go ahead and take the lead on this part.
Okay, you're gonna have to help me because this was kind of a blur.
I got you. Way. Just go for it.
So he's talking to Izzy, and then he hands her a face shield, and then I think I looked at you and I said, you don't have to put that on.
You know what, when you did that, usually I would be like, yeah, homegirl, like I ain't putting this spit guard on. But because you're my sister and blood, I want to defy you. I want to do against, like, go against you.
Because I said it.
Because you said it. Even though I agree with you.
Yeah.
So I looked at her and I said, no, I want to put it on. So I just...
You didn't put it on. You just held it.
Yeah. So I just held the shield over my mouth, not even my nose. And Ryan goes, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I looked at him and I took it down. I was like, you thought. In my head. I thought I said that. Or I thought that. I didn't say it.
So when he went to hand me a face shield, I said, oh, I don't know where this just came out.
Oh, and when you said this... everything inside me died.
And this
instantly.
And this is what got people really supportive on our Instagram, or like hating
on us.
It was this phrase that I kept saying over and over again. So he goes, I'm just thinking of the people who from certain past 5 months of our life who are very uncomfortable with some of the things that we do and kicked us off some things because of that.
I still have love for you.
I doubt they're listening to this, but if you are, hello. I'm not ashamed. We think about you often. Hope you're doing great.
So go on, drop it.
Okay.
So you look at Ryan after I take the spit guard
away
from my mouth.
He goes to hand me mine, and I look at him and I said, "Oh, I don't support Nazis. No, thank you." And he looked at me like, "What? What did she just say?"
And I looked at Ryan's face. And I looked at Christiana's face, and I looked back at Ryan and back to Chrissy, and I thought, oh crap, it's about to go down. And from that moment on, I thought, no matter what I say, I'm not going to get anywhere. Like, I thought if I had taken the face shield, put it like covering my mouth or nose without actually putting the glasses on, like I might be able to get to Ryan a little bit, might be able to negotiate some things.
I just came through and just broke every china that was in the shop.
She did. And I thought, well, there goes my opportunity. It's gone.
And my comment about the whole Nazi thing will be coming in actually next, this episode 4's thing about
The
19,
history.
the history of that and what's happening and the comparison between Nazi Germany and today, and it's very, very eerie.
I'll give you a little hint. You can compare the two, and it's freaky how similar they are. But we're not getting into that right now. But so that's why when she said, I'm sorry, but I don't listen to Nazis. I knew where she was coming from, and I thought, yeah, I don't listen to Nazis either. So I'm there, kind of shocked, kind of laughing, kind of surprised. He goes, I don't care. You will put this on, or you're gonna leave.
And I said, I will not. I don't support Nazis. Do you? And this is when
you throw the ball back into the court. Here's the thing, little tidbit: when you're out and about and you're holding your ground and you're exercising your personal freedoms of choice and etc. and health and whatever, a little tidbit for you is you always throw the ball back in their court. You never leave
hot potato.
It's hot potato. Like, ooh, I don't want it. Ooh, it's your turn. Ooh, you got to answer. Mm-hmm. So always keep it in their court because it puts everything on them and you're the customer. Nothing should ever be on your shoulders when you walk in that store.
Well, pre-2020
but
wasn't.
It shouldn't be.
Right.
So that's the story.
By this time, somebody else is we're done checking out. I don't even know
like
where
four managers come up.
I don't even know where our older sister goes or our dad.
Brie.
You like it's just me and Ryan and now like 3 other managers. And we're standing there.
And mind you, we're still checking out. Like, they're still check.
Oh, you still are?
Well, I walked away, but Dad's and Bree.
Okay.
No, not Bree, but Dad. I don't know. We're everywhere at
it's
the store.
It's a mess.
Okay?
And so
they can't catch us. We're like
dispersed.
hiding and running through the aisles. No, I'm kidding. We're like, catch me if you can.
No, that's kind of what it feels like. We
kind of
divide.
That, just in the front.
Yeah. Okay. And so Ryan, he's talking, and I just kept looking at him, and I was like, you do realize what you're doing is exactly the same thing Nazi Germany did to the Jews. And he goes, no, I'm just doing my job. This is what corporate says.
And Christiana responds with the best statement. And she said, the Germans thought they were helping. The Germans were just doing their job.
I said, you do not think that people in Nazi Germany, like pre-Nazi, like before they were in concentration camps, the 30s and getting into the 40s, that they were just doing what they were told. They were just turning in the Jews because that's what the government said. It was for their best interest. Mm-hmm. It was, and we're going to go into this.
It was, because of, I won't give you spoilers because it's so interesting.
But and I said, I get you have to have a job, but so did Nazis. The Nazis had to have a job, and that's how we had World War II.
So did the brown coats.
And I said, are you okay with 6 million Jews dying? You're telling me you support that?
She did. She looked at Ryan dead in the eyes and she goes, Ryan, are you okay with the murder of 6 million Jews? Are you okay with that, Ryan? Ryan just like, I think we got this part on video or I'm just playing it in my mind again. But Ryan looks at her dead back in the eyes and he just kind of like silence, shock on his face, and he kind of like took a little step back and tried to reposition his legs. Like it was the most funny thing ever. Well, I felt bad, but like at the same time, Ryan, come on, dude.
What are you doing?
Come on.
And what we'll do is on unleashed.podcast, our Instagram page for this, we will on Instagram, I will share some of those videos after this goes live. So why don't you head over there right now if you're just listening, and go see that, because
see it in action.
And my whole thing is, no, I don't like comparing people to Nazis. What happened in Nazi Germany in World War II was horrific. It was horrifying. Absolutely. But you all know the saying that history repeats itself, and we are repeating history, and I cannot stand. I will be the crazy lady at Costco.
Oh, you forgot to add something. Speaking of crazy lady at Costco, when you were talking, because you reminded me of a crazy lady at Costco,
a couple people came up.
This
guy comes
pulled
up
out their phones,
and he goes to take a picture, and I said, wait, get my good side. And I looked at him and I gave it like a thumbs up. I might have said 4 more years. I don't really know. I wish I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did. I was like, well, there goes that one.
Yeah. Well,
we try. Listen, it's growing. Everybody's got to start from somewhere and grow.
Yeah, I'm grow. I mean, this isn't my natural tendency.
She goes, I'm grow. No, you're growing.
Anyways, and so people are taking photos, and that's pretty typical.
Whatever. So we end up having 5 managers show up.
As I was talking, our friends, Trevor, that lady with the no mask, and the baby, the family, the husband, wife, and son, they walking out, and they walk like right behind the managers, and they give me like a thumbs up, and they're like, keep going. And I was like, oh, thank you, thanks for the encouragement. But at the same time, I was like, I'm distracting the managers for you.
About to lose my membership.
So we end up walking out. I take the face guard from Ryan, and now there's some other lady, and we're walking out. I take the face guard thing, shield, window, whatever. Spit guard. And there's, they have like those boxes they use to pack up people's stuff.
Things. Okay, yep. So cardboard cartons.
Those. I take my face shield and I kind of just toss it into the box. I was like, I'm not taking this home with me. I don't want it.
It's infected. I'm not taking it home.
So I just I didn't toss it because someone's going to come at me for that. I kind of just placed it. It was right there. I just plopped it in the box. Somebody else might find it helpful. We walk out.
We're at this is where the Instagram video comes into play, because now we have the other one. Now we have like 4 or 5 managers walking us out. So we take like a selfie facing camera video and be like, we got our babysitters walking us out of Costco, mask Nazis or whatever. And we posted that to our IG story. That's how this podcast episode came to be about. So we walk back. You know, when you leave Costco, you have to go back through the kiosk, get your receipt checked, make sure you're not stealing stuff, etc.
Because I'm going to steal something, I'm going to Costco, right? Yeah, that's where I'm going to go.
I mean, those ice cream bars.
I mean, they do have MacBooks, so
That's true. No, so we go there, and one of the managers who's behind us, what's her name? I can't think of her name.
It was a weird
It's a
name.
girl. I don't know.
It's not a normal name.
It was cute, but like I can't think of it. She walks from like really fast, and she's short. So I'm thinking, wow, she's booking it. So she walks past us, zooms in front of us, opens up another kiosk because the line was too long, and she wanted us gone.
So I grabbed Izzy's hand, and I was like, "We're going to wait in this other line."
So we leave and we wait in the other line. Like, I don't want her checking me out. No, thank you. So as we're doing this, my other sister, Bree, hopefully you didn't forget about her yet, she's calling us over and over and over. And I'm denying. I'm like, stop. Okay, like, we're coming. Like, I'm just annoyed with my sister. Like, we're coming. And we get to the kiosk, and I see her standing like 5 feet from me outside the door. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, come inside. And the guy checking us out, like doing the receipts or whatever,
would not let her back in. She went to go get the car. He wouldn't let her back in
because she forgot the keys.
Right, she forgot the keys inside. She needed to come get them. And he said, you don't have a mask and we're closing. And she goes, but I left my keys inside. I need to go get them with my dad. I need to, whatever. He goes, no, you can't do that. So she couldn't walk in. I looked at her afterwards, after I heard this, and I said, why didn't you just walk in? Be like,
my keys are inside the store. Like, I'm going to get in. You can't tell me if I cannot get my keys and leave or not. Like, that's just weird.
Right?
You get what I'm saying?
And he made a reference to Nazis, or
calling her Nazi. I don't know. It was like it wasn't, I don't know.
It was even a good comparison.
No,
ours is a good comparison.
Because we're going off of facts. He wasn't. He was going off of emotions.
And feelings.
Calling people, my sister, Nazi. And I don't think this guy knew we were related at the time, because my dad hears this and he goes, did you just call that customer a Nazi? And he kind of like gets caught off guard and he goes, no. And he just like kind of got super quiet. And then my dad goes, that's my daughter. You just called my daughter a Nazi. And he was like, I didn't know. And he just was like, just speechless. And I thought, not victory, but justice. You know what I mean?
So we walk out. We eventually just get out. And then that guy, Trevor, comes back and he shakes our hand. Trevor.
Ryan?
No,
Trevor. The guy, okay, the husband of the mom with the kid.
The maskless family.
Maskless couple. He comes out, shakes our hand and says, thank you so much for standing and fighting, even if you're back, or no crap. What did he say?
Said it so well.
He said it so poetically.
He said was, it's still worth fighting for. And I was like,
even if you get knocked down. Oh, that's what he said. He said, even if you get knocked down, the fight is still worth fighting.
And I was just like,
boom. Yes.
That hit me.
And he shook our hands.
I shook his hand and he goes, oh my gosh, that was like the first handshake I've had in months with a stranger.
I was like, same. Like, that's awesome.
And then that was basically it. I might have said a few words to managers following us, and I said something like,
I asked the the manager, I said, is it okay if I asked her, did your policy change for your employees that it's okay to mock their customers? And she goes, oh, absolutely not. I said, okay, well, you might want to check on it because your employee just mocked this customer. Happens to be my sister right in front of her, calling her, I don't know, a Nazi, crazy, whatever the words he used.
And the difference between, because I know somebody's going to say this, I feel like I always have to protect myself when
It's okay.
But like,
Go for it.
I wasn't calling these workers Nazis. I was saying what they're doing is what the Nazis did, and they're taking the same historical steps and what happened in Nazi Germany. So if that means I'm calling you a Nazi, kick off the shoe if it fits. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
I
Like,
don't know.
Change your ways.
We were calling the actions of what they do to resemble the Nazis. Anyway, that is our story.
That's Costco's story. So I just wanted to let you know, we don't wear a mask going in anywhere unless we're on a plane, and then we hardly have it on.
Yeah.
When the flight attendants aren't looking. But confrontation, and sometimes even us, even the Patriot sisters, get shut down, get kicked out, get the cops called on us.
Listen, y'all, you may not know this if you're kind of new to the Patriot family of us, the Patriot sisters here, but I'm actually banned from Whole Foods for an entire year because I chose not to wear a mask because of an medical exemption. Banned. Me. Banned. They said if I walk back on property, I'm going to jail. So I'm not going to do it, of course. Why would I be stupid? But just know that we too get shut down a lot. But I got to tell you, the fight is still worth fighting for because I'm so thankful that our ancestors never stopped fighting for this country so that we can have the freedom to fight today.
And you never know.
Yeah, go on.
You never know who you're setting free. Time and time again, yes, we get shut down, but majority of the time, people don't say anything. You get the ugly stares, but most of the time, nothing happens.
But whatever.
In fact,
who cares if they stare?
This past Black Friday, we were out shopping, right? Got to get the deals. Somebody saw us. 2 people saw us without a mask on. And the one lady took hers off. And another lady completely took hers off.
Yeah.
And they're like, if you're not doing it, I'm not
doing
either.
it. Yeah.
And so you never know who you set people free or encourage. So just continue rising up.
Standing tall.
And fighting back with truth. We so hope you guys enjoyed episode 3
of Unleashed with the Patriot Sisters. We had so much fun. I'm so glad, kind of not, but I'm so glad we had this story to share with you. We'll have more to share. We're full of stories and we'll continue making them every single day.
Stay tuned for episode 4 coming next Wednesday. Every Wednesday these come out, and so we're super excited. Connect with us over on Instagram at unleashed.podcast. Also at the Patriot Sisters. Help us out a little bit.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure we're getting shadow banned. Something's happening.
So if you're following us on platforms on Instagram, be sure to continually check to confirm that you're still following us, because I'm pretty sure Instagram is nixing some people. That would be super helpful. And also check us out on Parler. We're going to be branching out a lot more on there at the Patriot Sisters. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.